On to Taurus. So let's see. Some of you Taurus have dodged a very rotten apple with somebody. You have this. The reason why I'm saying this is because you have the Seven of Cups, the Two of Swords, and the Judgment. This is them not having very good habits. This is them not necessarily wanting to be better people, not wanting to actually change their habits. They probably party a little bit too much, associate themselves a little bit too much, don't know how to be up in the house a little bit, don't all of that. And the Judgment represents you, Taurus, are looking at this because you realize that trying to get to know this person that you just may have was trying to get to know wasn't a very good idea, because how you gonna date somebody and two of you are constantly in the street? Part of the reason why two people, or they would be, or be in the street or whatever, is because they don't know how to be up in the house. See, it's healthy to be in the house and go outside. And some days you should stay up in the house. If you can't stay up in the house, it means that your home is probably not a very good environment, or it means that there's something that you're trying to escape from, right? And the home, right, represents a person could be trying to escape the image that they see in the mirror, right? Escape themselves because they don't want to be by themselves, and they need all these distractions to distract themselves from actually remembering all these dysfunctional or terrible things that happened to them, so they can get over it. And a lot of you Taurus saw that, and you was like, nah, you can't hang out with somebody like this. Because like it is that I said before, you Taurus represents the lovers. So like y'all, as far as the zodiac, not major arcana, but the zodiac. So it's like y'all want to be up in the house and have privacy to yourselves. You're very much so domestic. And the thing is that when a person wants to be always out in the street or partying or doing something, that will get you Taurus unnerved. So you just dodged somebody. You swerved around somebody because you dubbed somebody because you saw that in the future this would be a problem. The Knight of Cups and the Page of Wands is about, and because of this, you're off to get to know new people, right? That are interested in getting to know you. I'll say this too, because you got the Page of Pentacles, the Death card, and the Eight of Swords. One thing that you're not doing as well, you're learning how to let go of as well, is interacting with other people that, how can I say this? Interacting with other people who are self-sabotaging, right? Specifically, not saying what they mean and not meaning what they say. Specifically, like the people that would play games with you, right? So somebody that would tell you that they've made a decision that they don't want to talk to you anymore. And a lot of you Taurus now have the ability to call your bluff, like, okay, to call their bluff, like, okay, fine, it is what it is. We ain't got to talk. We ain't got to hang out anymore. Fine. Because a lot of you Taurus are done with that, right? Scorpio, opposite sign. I don't know what it is about you Taurus. Y'all are always getting the Death card or the Tower, something that deals with Scorpio every single reading. And I be shuffling up these cards, but I don't know what it is. It's just that there's a lot. I do know what it is. What it is that there's just a lot of transformation. A lot of you Taurus are coming around to do, but a lot of you Taurus are just slow to do it because it's not the most comfortable thing. But you have to go through these transformations. And some of these transformations, obviously not being fun, are for your own benefit. And one of those transformations, like I said, is being a student of the game, looking at it, right? Cap and gown, being a student of the game, paying attention to what's important. When it comes to getting to know somebody else, what's important is their value and not necessarily at like their value and not the distractions that they throw up. Pay attention, look at everything from a sense of value, right? So a person who lacks value is going to give you those excessive distractions and deflections because they're dysfunctional. So their value is not very high. The value that they can offer or be of service to another person isn't going to be very high in the first place. So now, and that's something that's coming to an end. Another thing that's coming to an end is the lack of self-care. A lot of you Taurus may not be taking care of yourselves enough. You know, Taurus, y'all are a zodiac sign where y'all can throw your entire identity into a person that you like. And unfortunately, that can it's romantic. It's very romantic, but it can backfire. You see, so now the Page of Swords and the Ace of Cups is about, so you have to learn to, you know, let them come to you a little bit more. Let them actually reciprocate a little bit more, you know, because you Taurus don't necessarily mind going 90. You'll have other people come 10. And when people are doing 10% of the work sometimes and you're doing 90% of the work, you can end up being taken for granted, right? Undervalued intentionally to get you to not go anywhere else. But let people come to you a little bit more. You know what I mean? When for instance, have a cutoff point. And what I mean by that is, this is something that I do, right? I will talk to somebody and I'll call them, try to see what up. Sometimes I will, right? And when I'm paying attention to their reciprocation level. If they're not putting in any kind of effort, I'll sit back and see what type of work they're doing. And if they don't do any work, the relationship dissolves, or the potential relationship dissolves right then and there. Because, so what do you expect me to do? You expect me to do all the work and you just sit on your butt and do nothing? Nah, that's a dub. So the Page of Swords and the Ace of Cups represents, it's time for you, Taurus, to have somebody reciprocate back into you. So let's clarify the Eight of Swords. Six of Pentacles, Hermit, Ace of Cups, and then you have the Death card. This is what I'm talking about. Even more of an emphasis on you, Taurus, not allowing yourself to do too much work to the point where you get burnt out. Don't ever do so much work to the point where you get burnt out. If a person is going to be in a relationship with you, they need to get up off their butt and do work. It's not optional. How you going to do the vast majority of the work and burn yourself out for the other person while the other person is sitting up there talking this gobbledygook like they've been the one doing all the heavy lifting? No. The Six of Pentacles and the Hermit represents, let them show you some value. And if they can't show you value, it's a dub. It is what it is. But yet again, this is why it is that I say that I do to a point and then I stop doing it once I observe that the person is not doing it, is not giving back. And that and I'm not saying you Taurus have to do this, but it is an option that you can, where you can take that type of action and use it yourself, because it really does help. It really does help speed up the process on if somebody is playing games. It really does. It really does answer the question, is what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying it's a game, because it's not. I'm saying that it really does make things way more clear. A lot of times people thrive in dysfunctionality, and it makes things very clear, because if they're not putting in, if you're doing most of the work and they're not putting any work, pause for a minute, just take your time and say, you know what, I'm gonna just stop doing a little bit of work and just just stay out of the way and do my thing over here, right? And take care of myself respectfully, and see if you come to me and see if you put in any kind of effort. And again, the Ace of Cups, if a person is healthy enough and they're willing to, they will. Because see, that's the other catch-22 to it too, right? This is one of the secrets of it. Wing, wing, hint, hint. This one of the secrets of it is that if an unhealthy person is not gonna, excuse me, a healthy person in the first place is not gonna be having you, stringing you along in the first place. An unhealthy person understands the value of time that they'll never get back. So they're not going to be wasting time trying to string you along. They're not by definition going to do that. They're going to let you know that they're not interested after giving you a chance, so that you can not have to spend so much time trying to do so much work and move on with the rest of your life, Taurus, and go talk to another person. But the problem with that is, if a person doesn't reach back out or whatever the case may be, those are people who are dysfunctional, entitled people in the first place, because they could tell you that they're not interested. And if they don't tell you anything or make anything clear and they just doing that, yeah, you have to understand what time it is. Of, look, you're not getting anything valuable. You're just wasting your time. So once you see that a person is not putting in any kind of effort, yeah, leave them alone. That's pretty much it. You're definitely on the right track. I see that a lot of you Taurus are not taking any more garbage from people, and you shouldn't have before.